In this tutorial, we will learn how to use Localization Pro to localize your custom components. Remember that, by default, Localization Pro can localize materials, audio source, and text and images of the user interface. But what happens if you create your own component, your own script, with some parameters that you wish to localize? For example, in this scene I created my custom script that displays a label when the mouse is over an object, and when I click in the object, plays an audio clip with the description. So let's see how it works. When I am over the green cube, display the label green cube, and when I click,
this is a green cube.
And the same for the red sphere.
This is a red sphere.
So the question is, how can I localize these components to display the label in the suitable language and also place the audio clip in the language selected? So if I try to localize in the standard way, I first create a localization configuration object, and I select English, Spanish and Japanese. And if I try to localize the cube, I add the localizable object. Well, remember, the first time I do this in an scene, I need to set the localization configuration. And well, if I try to localize the cube in this case, I see that the only property I can localize is the material. So there is no option to localize the label and description. This is because it's a custom object. How can I manage to add these properties in the localizable object component? Well, the answer is simple. We need to edit the localization configuration script that is located in scripts, scriptable objects, and look for the array types to localize. And here we need to add at the end our own type of, and here we put the name of our own script. In this case is my own object. That is how we tell to the system, to the Localization Pro system, that he needs also to localize this kind of object. And also in the same script, in the localization configuration script, we need to localize the attribute to localize and add the types we wish to localize for our own object. In this case is the label and description, that is a string and an audio clip. So a string is by default added, we need only to add audio clip. And that's all. Now if we return to the editor, we can see that there are new types to localize in the object. We need to check the types we wish to localize. In this case is the label and description of my own object, and put the correspondent values. In this case is green cube, in Spanish cubo verde, and in Japanese, if my translator works okay, should be something like this. And in the audio clip to reproduce, I have prepared some audio clips with the correspondent description in each language. So I put in the English audio clip, in Spanish the Spanish audio clip for green cube, and in Japanese the Japanese audio clip. And I will do the same here in the sphere. I select the types I wish to localize. This is a red sphere, in Spanish esfera roja, and in Japanese viruela. And also I set the audio clips to the corresponding one. And Japanese red sphere. Well, and now if I run the scene, the type is by default localized in English. I get
This is a green cube.
green cube.
This is a red sphere.
But if I change the language to Spanish,
Esto es un cubo verde. Esto es una esfera roja.
and the same if I change to Japanese.
Kore wa midori no ipottai desu. Kore wa akai tamade.
Sorry to our Japanese client, my Japanese pronunciation is not okay. Anyway, what we achieve here is the localization of a custom object where we can localize any parameter we wish. Remember that Localization Pro are capable of localize parameter of type string, audio clip, float, int, bool, and also script. So you can localize almost any parameter of your own script and your custom object. Think about it, this is a feature extremely powerful that makes the difference with Localization Pro. You can extend the localization to any object that you have in your project. And well, that's all in this tutorial. Thank you.